A gunman was apprehended after shooting a security guard in the arm at the headquarters of powerful conservative Christian lobbying group, the Family Research Council. ABC's Pierre Thomas says a potential disaster was averted when guards, including the injured one, subdued the shooter.
This is the man police suspect was about to begin a shooting spree at the headquarters of one of the nation's best-known conservative groups on family issues.
The FBI is questioning the suspect that sources have identified as 28-year-old Floyd Corkins, a Herndon, Virginia resident. Though police don't yet have a motive for the shooting, it may have something to do with the Family Research Council's stance against gay marriage. Executive Director of the D.C. Center for the LGBT Community, David Mariner, has confirmed to reporters Corkins has been volunteering at the center for the past 6 months and described him as kind, gentle, and unassuming. But Wednesday morning, Corkins is thought to have walked into the lobby of the Chinatown headquarters of the Family Research Council, pretending to be an intern. When confronted by a security guard, he pulled out a gun and shot him. Fox News' Shepard Smith has more on what happened next.
A source tells us after the guard got the man's gun, the man told him, and this is a quote, "Don't shoot me. It was not about you. It was about what this place stands for."
Unnamed FBI sources say the shooter bought the gun only 5 days ago and supposedly stuffed it in his backpack with material on Chick-fil-A, the fast food chain whose president has come under fire for his anti-gay marriage position and contributions to the Family Research Council. For News, I'm Christina.
This is what I got. I guess it's a basic gun for starting out and whatnot. 229. And I have the 9mm extension on it, so it's a basic gun. It's just for starting out. Yeah, I don't know too much about it, but yeah.
Organization's office is due in court. Police say Floyd Corkins of Herndon opened fire yesterday at the headquarters of the Family Research Council. Today, we've also learned more about Corkins and some unusual items authorities say he had with him when they arrested him. News 4's Melissa Mollet has the latest.
The front doors of the Family Research Council locked this morning, only employees allowed in, as some who work nearby slow down, wonder why, and hope the security guard shot in the arm is doing okay. Teresa Brooks has worked across the street from the Family Research Council for 11 years. She says she would see the guard almost every day.
We exchange words in the morning, really friendly, how you doing? He makes sure, that I'm okay when I walk past, and we may go get a cup of coffee.
28-year-old Floyd Corkins is accused of walking into the FRC building Wednesday morning and shooting that security guard. Investigators say he told the guard he was an intern for the FRC, then started yelling about the group's policies. When he was questioned about what was inside his backpack, he pulled out a 9mm gun and shot the unarmed guard in the arm. Corkins reportedly said something to the guard like, "I don't have a problem with you. I have a problem with the people upstairs."
I'm just feeling a little nervous and, threatened by people could just come into your building and you're not protected.
The guard and others were able to wrestle Corkins to the ground.
Well, I think it was a heroic act.
Aziz Saboza watched from his snack cart down the block.
I heard the bullet shoot, but after a couple minutes, the DC police took out the security guard. He hit the bullet in the arm.
Extra ammunition was found inside Corkins' car parked at the East Falls Church Metro station, and it was also found in Corkins' backpack, along with Chick-fil-A flyers and 11 sandwiches. The Family Research Council supports the fast food chain's stand against same-sex marriage. Corkins volunteered at a gay community center, many hoping to see the security guard back here soon.
I feel really sad, and I hope that he's okay, and I hope that he recovers so we can go back and have a cup of coffee. Because he's a nice guy.
That was Melissa Mollet reporting. The director of the D.C. Center where Corkins volunteered posted this on Facebook. "No matter the circumstances, we condemn such violence in the strongest terms possible. We hope for a full and speedy recovery for the victim, and our thoughts are with him and his family."
Now, how did you, this building, this organization, how did you find it? Or did you like look it up online, or how did you know what?
Southern Poverty Law lists anti-gay groups. I found them online.
Okay.
A little bit of research, went to their website and stuff like that.
Okay.
Took over the shooting scene at the Family Research Council on the corner of 8th and G Streets just before 11 a.m.
The building go on lockdown then, or what happened?
Our building? Yes. A security guard at the conservative Christian lobbying group was shot in the shoulder, yet somehow he managed to stop his attacker from firing again.
The security guard, was a hero in this case, and he did an excellent job in stopping the gunman from getting any further into the building and from anyone else getting injured or shot by him.
At least one other person apparently helped the wounded guard subdue the gunman, who was led out of the building in handcuffs.
Somebody going out on the stretcher, blood on him, and the suspect handcuffed, blood on his body.
The security guard was seen sitting upright and talking after the shooting as he was being transported to a hospital.
Interviews still are ongoing with both the victim, the security guard who was shot, as well as witnesses and the employees that work in that building.
Police won't say what the suspect may have said before opening fire, but his words and actions did alarm them enough to involve the FBI. Washington Field Office FBI spokesperson Jacqueline McGuire said domestic terrorism is one of their possible concerns, which would elevate the shooter's charges to a federal level.
The last hour involving a case of what is being called domestic terrorism in our nation's capital. Welcome to America Live, everyone. I'm Megyn Kelly. Moments ago, police in Washington, D.C. credited what they called quick thinking by a security guard for heading off what could have been a brutal attack on the Washington offices of the Family Research Council, a conservative advocacy group. Sources tell Fox News that a suspect walked into the building, commented on some policies, and then opened fire. A security guard named Leo Johnson was shot in the arm. He was conscious and breathing when taken to the hospital thereafter and is, we're told, expected to survive. The FBI has the suspect in custody. Sources say he is a 28-year-old Virginia man who may have had multiple weapons. Police met briefly with reporters moments ago.
Basically what happened is we had a person who entered the Family Research Center on the corner of 8th and G Street Northwest. Once he entered, he was confronted by a security guard. He opened fire on the security guard. The security guard was struck, is right now receiving treatment. He's in stable condition. The security guard and others wrestled the suspect down to the ground. And he is in custody. So we have one person, the security guard, who's been shot and is stable. We have the suspect in custody, and really that's all we know at this point.
Tony Perkins is the president of the Family Research Council. He has been a guest on this broadcast many times in the past. He released a statement saying right now his group's concerns lie with the victim and his family. We will bring you.
Well, let me say, let me be very clear here that Floyd Corkins was responsible for the wounding of one of our colleagues and one of my friends yesterday here at the Family Research Council. But I believe he was given a license to do that by a group such as the Southern Poverty Law Center, who, as you pointed out earlier, labeled us a hate group because we defend the family and we stand for traditional Orthodox Christianity. And I'm going to tell you, Megyn, there's no room for that in a society that such as ours, that is governed by a constitution and where we shape our laws through elections and through public policy debates. And I think it's time for people to realize what the Southern Poverty Law Center is doing with their reckless labeling of organizations that they disagree with.
I know that you were unhappy with that designation, and you asked for a debate with the Southern Poverty Law Center, is my understanding, about that label. What was their response?
Just what you're getting from me. Silence. They didn't say anything because here's the truth, Megan. They don't want to debate. That's what this is all about. It's about marginalizing and ultimately silencing those they disagree with. It's not just us they did it to. They actually did this up in the state of Minnesota with a parents group that was defending a policy that the school board had adopted. SPLC comes in, files suit against the school board, the parents defend it, and they slap a label of hate group on them so that it marginalizes them, and of course the media repeats that every time they talk about these groups. That marginalizes individuals and groups, and it opens up for people who are not right, that are imbalanced, like Corkins, who comes in and literally had the intent of killing people here yesterday. And I'm not saying that the Southern Poverty Law Center is responsible for the shooting. Mr. Corkins is responsible for the shooting. They are responsible for creating an environment that led to yesterday's shooting.